Hi, welcome to a Vinyasa flow practice. My name's Kailey. When you're ready to get started, you can meet me on your mat. We're going to start in child's pose. So we'll get into it pretty quickly this morning or whenever you happen to be practicing. But it's so important to give yourself a moment to settle in. So bring your knees toward the middle back edge of your yoga mat. You put some space between the knees, let the big toes move toward one another. And then just shift your hips back toward your heels. Go ahead and drop your forehead down, or if it doesn't quite reach, you can stack your hands or make little fists with your hands. I'm going to keep my head lifted just so that my voice doesn't get too muffled. But notice how your body feels. Notice the level of energy that you're showing up with. Not to say that that may or may not change during your practice. But just taking this baseline, taking these few moments at the very beginning of your practice to gently assess and check in. And see if you can breathe in a way that helps you feel a little bit more connected to your body, maybe sending those inhales down a little bit deeper into your lungs. So as you exhale, letting that out breath carry away any really obvious tension. If you're holding around the jaw or the shoulders, let it go. Let's take 2 more big breaths like that. Breathe in through your nose. Feel the ribs expand out to the sides and back behind you. And then exhale completely through the nose or through the mouth. You can open your mouth anytime you want for that out breath. Let it go. 1 more big breath right here. Go all the way up. Belly fills, ribs expand as your lungs fill. And exhale, let it go. So slide forward to your hands and your knees, finding a tabletop position here with your shoulders over your wrists and your knees over your hips. And then start to draw some circles with your body's knees under your hips. I think I said over. Draw some body circles here. Try and keep the lower back nice and spacious. Great. Go ahead and switch direction of those body circles. Just moving around through the hips, feeling the weight shift around in your hands. Come through the center when you're ready. So ribs and pelvis are neutral. Press down into your hands. Imagine that you're trying to pull your thumbs toward one another. So energetically press down and pull thumbs toward each other. And then kick right leg straight back behind you. You can flex the right foot or point the right toes. Either way is fine, but send some energy all the way back into the ankle. And then reach your left arm forward, finding your balance. Continue to press that right hand straight down now. So instead of pushing down and inward with the right, push straight down. Take a long inhale. Maybe you stretch back through the right ankle and reach forward through the left wrist a bit more. Elbow to knee underneath your body. Give it a good squeeze. We're going to focus on the core today. Inhale, reach long, particularly the abdominals. 4 more times. Exhale, elbow to knee under your body. Good. Breathe in, stretch. Let the abdominal muscles lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Tighten up all those little muscle fibers in your front. 2 more times, or 1 more time, right? Breathe in. Already losing count. Breathe out. Let's do 1 more just in case. Inhale it long. Elbow to knee under your body. Take everything long once more. Keep the right leg lifted, but bring your left hand down. We're going to pivot into a side plank variation, bringing the inner arch of your right foot down, and then maybe spinning your left foot back behind you. Reach your right arm up. Draw some circles with your right arm. Feel free to put a bend in your elbow if that feels better in your shoulder. We're just warming up the shoulder, waking up all of those little sensory receptors in the shoulder. Switch the direction of those arm circles. Try and stay long in the lower back here. Take that right arm forward. Let the right arm drape over your right ear. And then float the right leg straight up in line with your right hip. We're going to do a little oblique crunch kind of out in front and on top of the body. Breathe in. Elbow to knee, give it a little squeeze. So squeeze through the right side of your waist like you're connecting the bottom of your right rib cage to the top of your right hip. Inhale, stretch. 4 more. Exhale, pull it together. Speaking to myself there, 2, 3 more. Big breath in. Exhale, squeeze. Nice long inhale. This is 2 more. Exhale. Take everything long. Breathe in. Elbow to knee. Hold the elbow and the knee together. Keep that right knee lifted. Bring your right hand down and then step your right foot outside of your right pinky finger for a lizard lunge. Stretch back through your left leg. You can tuck the left toes or keep the left toes flat. Either way is fine. Take a couple breaths here. Notice if you can relax any tension that you might have picked up in the jaw. You could even close the eyeballs down for a moment if that helps you feel a bit more connected. We're going to turn this into malasana. So go ahead and tuck the left toes if you haven't. Lift your left knee. Might feel good to get a little bit of a rocking motion going. Lift your hips quite a lot before you take this transition. Shift the weight to the right foot, and then left foot's going to step outside of your left pinky finger. Bring your hands to your heart, press your elbows into your knees, and then press the inner thighs back into the elbows so you've got this dynamic tension. Use that to help you find a little bit more length in your spine. Thumbs nestle right up against the breastbone. Take a breath in. And then fold forward, drop the tips of your fingers, lift your hips. Point your toes forward, catch the crooks of your opposite elbows. Find a little sway in a ragdoll, nice bend into one knee and then the other. You can keep both knees deeply bent if that feels good. And give your head a little shake, give your chin a little nod. And then release your hands down. Heel to the feet a bit closer together. Slide your palms to your shins. Find a flat back. Breathe in. Feel the muscles between your shoulders squeeze together. Feel the abdominal muscles lift so the lower back is long. Catch your calves as you exhale into an active forward fold. Keep the heels down, but shift your weight toward the balls of your feet. Let's do one more halfway stretch here. Inhale, lengthen. Forward fold as you exhale, press through the balls of the feet and then slowly unroll all the way up to standing, unraveling, reaching your arms up, taking a deep inhale as you stretch your fingers toward the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart as you exhale, let your eyes close or soften your gaze onto the tips of your fingers. Whatever you need for your practice, and see if you can kind of home in on one word, let it be an intention for yourself. If we are working with the core and the energy of that chakra, that energy center in the navel area, this energy system in yoga, this particular spot has a lot to do with our self-confidence, a lot to do with empowerment, a lot to do with choice and action. Whatever it is that you've centered on, take a deep breath in, bringing that into your body, filling every cell with it. Open mouth exhale, just offering that up. Blink your eyes open, reach up with your next in-breath. And then fold forward, hinge your hips, soften your knees, catch your calves at the end of your exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands, step back to a plank pose. So pause in the top of a push-up, high push-up here. Keep pressing the hands down and then energetically toward one another. See if you can feel into your chest, feel the muscles in your chest and your biceps light up even. Rock forward onto your tippy toes. Lower all the way down, nice and slow, controlled movement. Once you land, come onto the tops of the feet, tent the fingers, kind of claw the fingers into the mat, roll the shoulders down your back for cobra pose, breathe in, press into the toenails, and then roll it down nice and slow as you exhale. Let's do 2 more cobra roll-ups. Use your whole inhale to lift up. Imagine pulling the mat underneath your body with your fingers. And then exhale, lowering back down. One more time. Breathe in, coming up into cobra. This time, find child's pose. Tuck your toes, separate the knees, press your hips to your heels. Stay here. Take one deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and open your mouth, exhale. Slide forward to your hands and your knees. And take a moment, maybe shift side to side or do a body circle in each direction. And then we're gonna move through that little abdominal warm-up sequence on the other side. Keep your palms down to start. Left leg goes straight back. Find some space in your left hip and your lower back. And then reach your right arm forward. Lift the abdominal fibers, stretch them long as you breathe in. And then elbow to knee under your body on the exhale. Inhale long. Exhale together. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Breathe in. Big squeeze under the body. Take everything long. Inhale. And then find that side plank variation. Right hand down, left toes drop back behind you. Circle your left arm. So as you're taking these shoulder circles, just feel that left shoulder moving really smooth on your back. Feel free to adjust the path of movement or slow it down. Switch the direction of those arm circles or bend your left elbow. We want to find some mobility before we try and create like that max stretch. Take that top arm long. Press into your right hand, float the left leg. Big inhale here. Elbow to knee, little squeeze. Feel the top of your left hip moving toward the bottom of your left ribs. Inhale it long. Exhale, squeeze. 3 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch. Contract. Last one, breath in. Elbow to knee, keep the elbow and the knee connected, or keep that left knee lifted rather. Bring that left hand down. Step your left foot outside of your left pinky fingers. Tuck the right toe under, right toes under. Shift your weight forward, lift your hips up. And then malasana back at the top of your mat. Hands to your heart. Take a breath in. And then exhale, fold forward. Point the toes forward, halfway stretch on an in-breath. Forward fold, catch your calves as you exhale. Surya Namaskar A, rise all the way up, breathe in, press the floor away with your feet. Exhale, hands to your heart, bring your eyes to the tips of your fingers. Reach up, take your eyes up on the inhale. And then bow forward as you exhale. We're just gonna do 2 rounds of senes. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Plant the hands, step back to high push-up, rock forward, lower halfway or all the way down. Cobra or up dog, try and finish this stretch, maybe even revel in it for a moment. And then downward facing dog. Stay here, set your eyes to one spot. Take 2 big breaths. Feel free to move your body around a little bit, but see if you can keep your eyeballs steady. Practicing that skill of focus, of concentration. Lift your heels as you breathe in. Empty your breath, bend your knees, look forward, and then step to the plank. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise on the inhale, press the floor away. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Reach up, big breath in. And bow forward, we'll smooth moving like water. Halfway stretch, inhale. And then vinyasa, however you want to get to downward facing dog, it's totally fine to move at your own pace. See if you can stay synced up with your breath, or at least stay aware of your breath. When you land in downward facing dog, take your right leg back behind you. Feel free to bend your left knee a little bit so that you can push your chest toward your left thigh. Use your right hand just as much as your left hand. Big inhale here. Right knee, right elbow as you exhale. Take the right leg back, breathe in. Right knee, left elbow, shift forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Take that right leg back on the in-breath. And then step your right foot forward, find warrior 1. Hips are squaring up toward the top of your mat. Chest is squaring up toward the top of the mat. And you're rooting down through the base of your right big toe here as you press back to the knife edge of your left foot. Reach your arms up, wrists are right over your shoulders or maybe a little bit wider than shoulder distance. You find the abdominal fibers here. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper into that lunge. Finish an in-breath. Lightning warrior. Tip your chest forward. Find one long line of energy from the back foot all the way to the crown of the head. And then pull your belly away from the front thigh. Shoulders slide down your back away from your ears so the sides of your neck are long. One more full breath in. Stay here as you exhale. Reverse warrior on an inhale. Adjust your feet. So maybe you slide that left foot back a little bit so that you can drop into a deeper lunge. Stay here or bend your right elbow. Reach the left hand up to catch the right elbow, opening up through the right side body. Option one is to stay in this variation. Option two is to come into this bind. If you want to play around with a different bind, bring your left hand back behind you and then reach the left fingers for the right fingers. Either way, see if you can keep the back of your neck, the back of your head in line with the rest of the spine. So whichever bind you take, you're not tilting forward here. If you took any variation of a bind, go ahead and come back to that open arm, spacious reverse warrior. Breathe in. Cartwheel your hands to frame out your front foot. And then 3-point push, 3-point plank. Kick the right leg straight back. Try and keep your shoulders over your wrists. Oh my goodness. Okay, from here, you have the option to drop the right toes and hold a plank, or maybe to tend to the left fingers. If you got the left fingers tented and you want a little bit more, oh my goodness, left arm goes forward. Ooh. Big, deep inhale. We're in a chaturanga on the exhale. Lower down, cobra or up dog. Inhale, fill up. And then downward facing dog, send your hips back. Left side, inhale, lift your left leg. Feel free to lift the right heel and bend the right knee. Push your left hand down as much as your right, if not a little bit more. Long inhale. Left knee, left elbow, shoulders over your wrists as you exhale. Kick back, breathe, and left knee to the right elbow. Claw your fingertips into your mat so your hands are active. Kick the left leg back, breathe in. Step forward as you empty warrior one. Come on up and breathe. Set your eyes to one spot on the horizon or slightly upward. And then really check into your body, check into your lunge. Can you find a little bit more stability in your foundation? A little bit more softness through the wrists. You could even circle the hands or curl the fingers. But every pose, we want to have a balance of effort. It's usually easier to feel the effort in Vinyasa. We also want to find some semblance of ease. And you create a sense of space in the wrists, in the fingers. Take a breath in. Lightning warrior. Hinge forward. Keep pressing the floor away with the left foot. Keep pushing the floor back with your right foot. Make sure you've got a good grippy mat underneath you so that right foot's not going to actually slide back, but energetically press down and back with your back foot and leg. You got it. Stay here, stay strong. Breathing right into that chakra, that navel center chakra, Manipura. Full inhale. Stay low. Finish the exhale. Reverse warrior. Reverse cartwheel that left arm up. Adjust your feet. And then here's option one, just breathing as if you could kind of bias the breath into your left lung, or bend your left elbow and then reach up with your right hand to catch the left elbow. And stay there.
Keep the integrity of the lunge, or corkscrew your right arm and then catch the left fingers. Again, bring some awareness into your neck, so you're not cranking your head upward, but you're also not leaning forward here. Press the back of your head into the left arm or elbow. If you took a variation of a bind, come back to that open version. Take a deep breath in, find some space, and then cartwheel your hands, frame out that front foot, push the floor away, 3-point plank, claw the mat. Press through the tips of your fingers as if you're bunching your mat up underneath your hands. Stay here. Tent the right fingers if you want. Stay there, or maybe you reach that right arm forward. You could flirt like I am doing with taking that right arm forward and then bringing it right back down. Take a breath in wherever you are. Chaturanga is the exhale. Upward dog or cobra, finish your breath. Downward facing dog. Press it back. Stay here. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Relax your jaw. Let it go. Look forward, lift the heels. Step, walk, or hop to the top. Find your halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward and breathe out. Pull all the way up on your inhale, big stretch. And then find lightning chair as you exhale, sweep the arms back. Stay here in your chair, but bring your hands to your back of your head. The fingertips are gonna just gently kind of touch the back of the ears. Open the elbows wide, sit a little bit lower, take a breath in, and then basically we're gonna do a bicycle crunch. Left knee, right elbow. Come back to that chair variation, breathe in. Switch sides, left elbow, right knee. Chair variation, inhale, just alternating sides on the exhale. Smooth, controlled movement. If it feels good to pick up the pace, great, but make sure that you're still controlling this movement. So try not to use momentum. Just here for 10, 9, 8, go slower than I'm counting. Last 6, 5, 4, fullest range of motion you can manage. 2 and 1. Meet in that chair pose. Reach your arms forward, breathe in. Fold forward and empty. Halfway stretch, take a breath in. Plant the hands, step back to high push-up, rock forward, lower down, pause in cobra or up dog. So take your back bend, pause. Drop your knees, send your hips back to your heels, child's pose. Turn your palms to face upright. Relax your wrists for a moment. Take a couple big breaths. We're gonna move through that flow and add some things in. But before we get going again, let's prep the hands. Slide forward, hands and knees. Turn your fingers away from one another toward the edges of your mat. And then walk the hands a little farther apart. Shift your weight side to side. Still taking those big breaths. Maybe softening your elbow as you lean it over to one side and then the other. How we're pressing the hands down matters a ton, especially for your wrists well-being. Turn the fingers forward. All right, so spread your fingers out a little bit, but then imagine that you're trying to bunch your mat up underneath your hands. So pull the tips of your fingers toward midline energetically, toward the palms. So you might get a little lift in the center of your hands. That's great. We're using the hands, the energy and the strength of your hands, and not just the wrist. So your hands aren't just like the feet of a table or something, they're active. Tuck the toes under, keep that active grip in your hands as you take downward facing dog. All right, here we go. Right leg high, breathe in. Right knee, right elbow, exhale. Kick back, inhale. Right knee, left elbow, exhale. Kick it back, take a breath in. Step forward as you empty, warrior 1, finish your inhale. Lightning warrior, exhale. Reverse warrior, take a deep breath in. And then we're gonna find extended side angle without dropping that right arm onto the right thigh. In fact, reach the right arm back. So the right pinky finger is reaching right past your left hip, and that left arm is stretching forward. Come back to reverse warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle with a core emphasis, breathe out. Reverse, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Last time, big breath in. Take your full version of extended side angle. So this time you could bring the right forearm to the right thigh or the right fingers down inside of the right leg. And then breathe into your left side. See if you can spin your left underarm open. It might be a lot easier to find that by bringing your right forearm to your right thigh. Nice big breath in. We're going to take prasarita. So sweep your hands through the middle and then pivot your toes toward the long left side of your yoga mat. Let your head drop. And keep the heels down, but shift your weight toward the balls of your feet. Feel your sit bones lift and stretch just a little further away from one another as you press through the balls of your feet. Walk your hands toward your back foot, but keep your toes pointed in the same direction they are. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. Lift your left arm up. Finding a stretch and a twist. Big inhale here. Sweep your hands to the top of the mat. Now go ahead and pivot the toes forward. And then airplane pose. Float the left leg up and bring your arms by your side with your palms facing down. One long line of energy. So flat back, and then long line of energy from your left ankle all the way through to the crown of your head. We're going to lever up, bringing that left leg out in front of you. Try and keep the left leg straight if you can. Reach the arms up. You can absolutely bend your left knee. Left foot is flexed either way, whether you've got the knee bent or not. Soften your right knee just a little bit to protect that joint space and keep that leg strong. And then we're going to pulse, a little pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, back to airplane. Sweep that leg back. Find that shape. Find that length in the spine, that engagement in the abdominals. We're going to bring the left leg up again. Big breath in as you stretch. Bend your left knee. Take your elbows out to the side, arms pull down to the side with your palms facing forward. And then open that left knee. So external rotation at the left hip. Left elbow toward left knee. Squeeze. We're going to bring the arms up and bring that left knee forward. Breathe in. Bend your elbows. Open the left knee to the left as you breathe out. 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, take it out to the side. Again, breathe in. Out to the side as you breathe out. Bring your hands to your heart. Balancing half moon. Take the left leg back. Maybe you bring the right fingertips down to the block, to a block, or to the mat. You can also bring your right hand to your right shin or your right thigh. Look down the midline of your body. Flex your left foot. See if you can find your left toes in your field of vision. We're going to take this into reverse warrior. Big bend in that front knee. Step back. Reach the top arm up. Breathe in. Cartwheel the left hand down. We're going to find wild thing. So you're going to bring your right toes back behind you. Right arm reaches up. Option to stay here in your wild thing. Or we're going to take a wild thing crunch. Bring right knee, right elbow, squeeze. Go back to wild thing, breathe in. 2 more optional crunches, breathe out. Inhale, wild thing variation. Last optional crunch. Wild thing, breath in. Right hand down, we're gonna bring the right knee to the left elbow and then shoot that leg up, lifting the left arm up. Press the floor away. Take the left arm forward, breathing in. Bring that left hand down, right leg all the way back. 3-legged dog on the inhale, step both of your feet to the top of the mat as you exhale. Halfway stretch, big breath in. Fold forward and empty. Rise with your inhale, stretch it up. Lightning chair as you exhale, sweep it back. Bring your fingers towards your ears, lift the chest, lengthen the spine on the in-breath. And then little bicycle crunches here, side to side alternating. Try and keep your form as your priority. Keep moving your knees in line with your toes. Maybe separate your feet to about hip distance apart. Totally fine if it's a little bit wobbly. Another variation would be to just lift a heel and bring an elbow to a knee right here. This is where I'm going to stay. We're here for 5, 4, going slower than I'm counting. Last 3, 2, and 1. Chair pose, big breath in, meet up there. Fold forward as you exhale. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Vinyasa, however you want to get to downward facing dog. Claw the fingers into the mat. And then meeting in downward facing dog, press your hips back. Here we go on the left. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Kick back, breathe in. Left knee, right elbow, breathe out. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, step forward, warrior 1, rise, powerful on the inhale. Lightning warrior, strong in your core as you empty. Reverse it, open, breathe in. We're not going to drop weight into that left arm for 3 times, yeah? So side angle variation, left pinky finger is reaching right past or around your right hip. Back to reverse warrior, lift the left arm up, breathe in. Side angle variation, squeeze, it's almost like you're wringing out a washcloth. Yeah, one more time, breath in. Side angle variation, exhale, pull the sides of the waist in, come back to reverse. And then extended side angle, your version. Let it feel kind of nice. Take some nice big breaths. And keep the left forearm on the left thigh. That's where I'm going to be today. If you've got long arms and a really deep lunge, you may choose to bring your left hand down inside of your left foot or ankle. Keep spinning your right underarm up. Nice, very deep inhale here. Prasarita, pivot your left toes toward the long right side of your yoga mat. This time, go ahead and take ragdoll arms and find a little sway. Feel free to soften one knee or deep bend one knee and then the other. Keep your toes pointing toward the right side. Bring your left hand down to the outside of your right ankle. Reach your right arm up, finding your twist. Press the hips back. So we're keeping the toes and the balls of the feet down, but send your weight toward your heels now. Press through the outer edges of your feet. Breathe in deeply. Sweep your hands to the top, pivot your toes forward. Airplane pose, up we go. I am getting tuckered out today. And that is totally okay. When we're practicing, especially if you've got kind of a daily practice, some days are not going to be strongest feeling days, and that's just fine. Show up as you are. Yoga accepts you exactly as you are. Take any version of the shape that you need. A nice version would actually be tapping the right toes down. So that's always an option here. We're going to try and keep the right leg straight as you lever it up, taking that right heel forward, bending the right knee if you want or need. Reach the crown of the head away from your tailbone. Tuck the floating ribs, but pull the ribs away from your hips and then pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, airplane pose, lever it back. Find your shape, find your balance. This time we're gonna rise up, bend the right knee, reach your arms up. And then cactus your arms, open the right knee to the right. Try and bring right knee and right elbow to touch. It's fine if they don't, just energetically squeezing up through the right side of your waist. With an inhale, arms up, right knee forward. With an exhale, bend your elbows to the side, right knee opens. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Reach up. Squeeze to the right, hold it there. Bring your hands to your heart. And we're taking this into balancing half moon. Spinning your chest open to the right, kicking that right leg back, maybe bringing the left fingers down. Really peeling your whole side body or your whole body open to the right side. Look down the midline of your body, flex your right foot, find your right big toe with your eyeballs. Reverse warrior, take a big step back, strong in your lunge, reach up through the left arm on the inhale. Cartwheel right hand down. We've got our wild thing. Bring the left toes back behind you, left arm lifts up. This is a great place to stay. This is challenging enough as it is. Optional 3 wild thing crunches. Left knee, left elbow without rushing. Inhale it up. That's the key, yeah? Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Let's take it to wild thing on the inhale. Left hand's gonna come down. Left knee, right elbow, shoot it out to the right, pick up the right arm, dancing warrior. You find some softness in your neck and your jaw. Big inhale here. Plant the right hand, 3-legged dog, left leg all the way back. Breathe in. Step both feet to the top of the mat. We're gonna flow through that once. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Hold forward and empty. Rise on the inhale. Lightning chair on the exhale. Hands to your ears. Take a breath in. And then we've got bicycle crunches. You can pick up the whole foot and bring the knee to the elbow, or stick with me here and just lift one heel. Either way, move through your abdominals. So our core is responsible for coordinating our movement, whether we're here in Vinyasa or just going about daily activities, playing with your kids, playing with your pets, doing chores, sports, whatever it might be. Here for 5, meet and chair in 4, 3, 2, chair pose, big, long inhale, sit low. Forward fold as you empty. Halfway stretch, take a breath. Vinyasa, however you want to get to downward facing dog, including just stepping back. Big breath in. Big breath out, downward facing dog, right leg high on the inhale. Smoothest one yet, right knee, right elbow, exhale. Take back, breathe in. So we're going for power, not speed. Right to the left as you breathe out. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, step, warrior 1, rise, lightning warrior, sweep it back. Reverse, open on the inhale. Extended side angle variation as you exhale. 2 more times, breathe in. And breathe out. Nice, inhale it up. Last variation, exhale, squeeze. Reverse warrior, breath in. Extended side angle as you empty. Stay here, lengthen your left side on the inhale. Through prasarita all the way to the back foot. Left arm reaches up, breathe in. Sweep the hands to the top, pivot the toes, breathe out. Airplane, launch it forward, inhale. Stay here for your exhale. Bend the left knee, reach your arms up. So we're gonna skip that pulse. Big breath in. Open the elbows to the side, open the knee to the side, breathe out. 2 more times, inhale up. Exhale out to the side. Last one, breathe in. Open to the side as you breathe out. Bring your hands to your heart, balancing half moon, kicking back with your left leg, reaching down with the right tips of your fingers. Long inhale, peeling open. Big step back, set it up. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Left hand down for a wild thing. Bring your right toes back. Inhale, maybe you stay here, or 3 crunches. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch for 2. Open, breathe in. Last one, breathe out. Open to wild thing on the inhale. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Right hand down, right knee, left elbow. Option to come back to dancing warrior, extending that leg and dropping the foot, or keep the right leg hovering. Lift your left arm, pulse. Pulse straight out from your hip. Draw the belly button in toward the lower back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3-legged dog, big breath in. Step both of your feet to the top as you empty. Halfway stretch, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise all the way up. We're skipping our bicycle crunches here. Bow forward and empty out. Halfway stretch, huge breath in to prepare. And then vinyasa, we will meet up in downward facing dog. Inhale. Down dog on the exhale, home stretch, left leg lifts, breathe in. Left elbow, breathe out. Inhale, kick. Exhale, right elbow, three-legged dog, breathe in. Step forward, breathe out, warrior one, come all the way in. Lightning warrior, lengthen through the low back, lift through the abdominals, reverse it, open on the inhale. Extended variation as you exhale, two more, breathe in. Breathe out, pump the breath, last one, in. Out. Reverse open, extended side angle, your version. Stay in extended side angle, open the right side body on the in-breath. Sweep your hands toward the back of the mat and then lift that right arm up again, breathe in. Hands to the top of the mat, pivot the toes forward, breathe out. Airplane, inhale. Stay here as you empty, bend your right knee, lever it up, arms up, breathe in. Practice elbows, right knee to the right, breathe out. Two more times, inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Squeeze, hold that knee out to the right, hands to your heart or straight into balancing half moon. Feeling your body open toward the side. Big inhale. Start that transition to reverse warrior as you empty. Come fully into reverse. Breathe in. Circle your right hand down. Home. Last little bit. Wild thing. Inhale up. Elbow to knee as you exhale. Optional. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Last time. Elbow to knee. Wild thing. Take a breath in. Left hand down, left knee, right elbow, either dancing warrior or shoot it out, little pulses. Hug your abdominals in, keep the lower back long for 5, 4, core is cooked, 3, 2, three-legged dog, hand down, big breath in. Step to malasana, so work your way to goddess at the top of your mat. Heels and toes out. Close your eyes when you get there. Option to take Padma Mudra. So if you need to keep your eyes open, Padma Mudra. Padma means lotus, Mudra means seal. So you connect the inner edges of the wrists, the thumbs and the pinky fingers, and then open your fingers like a lotus in bloom. If it would feel good to do a little wrist release, try and keep the wrists connected, but separate the thumb and the pinky. And then rotate the wrists. So stretching the arms out in front of you a bit, letting the elbows bend. So we're keeping a point of contact as you're rolling through the wrists. Palms of the hands are soft. Fingers are relaxed. Switch the direction of that wrist release if you're taking it. Breathe in, breathe out. And bring your hands back into Anjali Mudra. Thumbs nestled right up against the chest. Just notice how your body's feeling here for a moment. And when you're ready, let's see if you can round your spine a bit, maybe reach the arms forward. We're going to try and drop the butt down, turn the toes forward. Maybe you grab the big toes with your peace fingers as you roll it back for happy baby. If the bind with your peace fingers on your big toes doesn't feel right, you can catch the outer edges of your feet, or you can even reach for the backs of your knees. We're looking for some opening in the back of the thighs here. And happy baby, gently press the front hip creases toward the top of the mat. Gently tuck the chin just a little bit toward the chest to lengthen the back of the neck. Bring the knees and the feet together. Bring your palms to the caps of the knees and then circle the knees in opposite directions. Let the hips tuck and untuck so the pelvis is doing a little tilt. Little anterior and posterior pelvic tilt, switch the direction of those knee circles. The knee circles are messing you up. Just move the knees around in any way that feels good for the low back. Hug the knees into your chest, tuck your chin forward and backward. Grand finale of core work. Here we come. Find Navasana. So high boat. This is our traditional high boat. Option to come into a variation. I prefer the variation with the hands back behind and the elbows pointing back. Take it to your low boat. Big breath in. High boat as you exhale, lift chest to thighs, thighs to chest. Low boat, inhale. High boat, exhale. 8 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Down for 7. And lift. 6. Close your eyes, feel your core. For 4, right? The center of our confidence, our power. Last 3. 2 more. Lift thighs to chest, chest to thighs. Keep that lift. Open your eyes if you had them closed down. Set your gaze on the big toes. Stay here or reach your arms up so the biceps are trailing your ears. Nice long in-breath. Butterfly pose, bring the feet together, fold forward, let all of that go. Let the muscles in your abdominals relax. Let go of any gripping or holding in the belly. It might feel good to give your head a gentle shake or a little nod here, relaxing any tension in the neck or the jaw. And see if you can start to add that little pause at the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. It's just a very brief little moment of stillness. Lift the head, the chest, the shoulders, draw the knees back together. And then vertebra by vertebra, like you're laying down a strand of pearls, lower down. Reach your arms back up over your head. Drink in a big breath of fresh air. Open mouth exhale as you bend your elbows to your side and then windshield wiper your knees nice and slowly side to side. You might start with a really small range of motion. So this is like the last little bit of movement before we invite the body to get still in Shavasana. I sometimes think of this as like a plane that's landed on the runway and there's still so much speed in that vessel, but it's got to just slowly, gradually let the friction of the ground help slow it down. And see if you can feel the stillness of the ground underneath you. And then as you feel ready, maybe one leg at a time, stretching one leg out into Shavasana, following it up with the other leg and the arms. Make any little shifts or adjustments that you need so that the body feels relatively comfortable here. Trust that you did enough. That was really a core burner and upper body strength challenger for me as well. Trust that you did enough. Stay here for just a few moments, giving your body this gift of stillness. Giving the nervous system the message that it can shift into that recover and repair side of our autonomic system. Your only job is to gently breathe and let go of any obvious muscle tension. Let the shoulders melt. Listen for my voice in just a few moments to close our practice. And when you're ready to move on Start to take some bigger breaths and bring some easy movement back into your body, not the head. Rotate the ankles and the wrists. Stretch your arms over your head, bend your knees, plant your feet. And then roll over to either side, pausing for a moment, let your body adjust to that position. And however you need to get up to a seat is perfect. Take your time, meeting me in a seated position. Bringing your hands back to Anjali Mudra, back to this energetic seal. Sitting tall, we'll close practice with one more big cleansing breath. Reach your arms down to your side and out, and then inhale up over your head. Find a little stretch as the palms connect. Exhale, hands to your heart. Thank you so much for sharing some of your time and energy. Thanks for taking care of your body, your mind, your spirit. I hope that this practice serves you well, and I hope to see you again real soon.